Yeah, my name's Gabe Zona. You know, they keep saying that the first thing that has to happen is that the border has to be secured for this new immigration bill to sort of kick in. And the problem is, who determines as to when the border is secured? Well, guess who? Yeah. Well, who's responsible for the border? Huh? You all know who it is. You know. Who am I? Yeah. Big Sis. Yeah. So you see, when Big Sis gives the word that after all of the studies they've done, the border is secure, tighter than a drum, well then what happens? Well then they've upheld their end of the bargain. Yeah. Yeah, because, you know, I mean, they said, well, we got to secure the border first. And it's Big Sis who determines as to when it's secure. Huh? You know what that's like? That's like putting the fox in with the chickens. You know what I mean? Can anybody believe whatever Big Sis says? You know, when she's asked about, hey, Big Sis, Congress wants to ask a couple of questions. What's with all those ammo purchases? Well, we're going to use those for target practice. Really? Maybe nobody told her that you don't use hollow points for target practice. And then she says, well, they did it to save us money. Really? So you're telling me you needed to go purchase 32, 33 years worth of ammo at the rate that they were blowing it up in Iraq during the height of the war? And you want to save us money? Well, why don't you worry about saving us money, because we don't have any money to buy all this ammo. What about the tanks, the light armored tanks that you bought? How many of those have you got? What about those bulletproof toll booths? You know, with the red and green lights on them? What are they for? Huh? Yeah, what are they for? What about the silhouettes of pregnant white women and little cute boys and girls and old men and farmers? You know, the silhouette targets? What are they for? Huh? Well, and now you're expecting the American people to believe what Big Sis says if she says that the borders are secure? Huh? Somehow this doesn't sort of compute. Does it compute with you? Huh? You remember what Big Sis also said? And she said this under oath. You can go look this up. She said that she didn't know about any kind of weapons being transferred across the border, not until Brian Terry was murdered. Well, I think he was murdered around Christmas time, 2011. And all you got to do is Google her giving the speech right after David Ogden did, March the 24th, 2009. Yeah. See, that's the problem with all this new technology and this media. You know what I mean? It's hard to lie and get away with it. It's really hard. But you see, this administration, they don't care if they get away with it. No. Because they do what they want when they want. You know, instead of this administration now focusing on a new committee, you know, they need a new committee and they want to do a review of and a study of what happened in Boston. Why don't they focus on Obama? Huh? In his younger years, you know, when he was blowing weed and doing coke, whatever else he was doing back when he was a student at Harvard and Occidental. Why don't they sort of focus on that? I'll bet you if Congress put effort into it, you know what I mean? As much effort as they put into all these other stupid things that they work on, which accomplish nothing, I bet you the truth would surface. Yeah. But they won't do that. You know why? Because I think they've all been spoken to. Nothing else explains their inactions. Zero. And as far as believing what Big Sis says, I'm inclined not to sort of follow with whatever she says. You know what I mean? I mean, do you really honestly think there's any way we can secure our border? the only way it could possibly be secured is if we lined up our military shoulder to shoulder all along the border, but that'll never happen. So the answer is it can't be secured. And if you can't secure it, then you can't put an immigration bill in place to legalize. No one has a clue as to how many. What do you think? I told you what I think.